2023 is here, we've made it, and it's time that I bring you guys a list of some of the best mobile gaming shooters that we could play this year. Now, there are a lot of new ones coming to the scene. 9 of them on the list today are brand new that you have yet to play, unless if you've played maybe some of the beta versions. So let's get into my list of the top 10 mobile shooters that you need to try in 2023. First on today's list is Battlefield Mobile. Now, the Battlefield franchise started back in 2002, over 20 years ago, and it is one of the best objective-based shooters and class-based shooters that have hit the scene basically ever. It's one of those army-style realistic battle mechanic games that has really done well over time. Well, it's now coming to mobile. Mobile gamers are going to be able to experience Battlefield for the first time ever. I'm looking forward to this one because this was one of my favorite shooters when you wanted a little bit of a slower shooter experience. This one is not like Call of Duty where you run and gun and jump up in there just to get those kills. It's a lot more team-based, and you're gonna have to work more together with your team, utilizing the class abilities that you have to secure those objectives and really to be successful in the game. This one's coming out this year, and it's one that you have to try. Next on today's list is a sci-fi survival shooter called Earth Revival, and this one is a lot different and really a completely new IP compared to Battlefield or some of the others that you're going to see on today's list. This one here, you're in a world trying to survive, keep yourself alive, and sustain life itself. But while you're doing that, you're going to be getting a bunch of different weapons. You're going to be able to upgrade and attain new weapons, stronger weapons, and take down beasts. Now, it looked as if this was in a old school world, but really it is a lot to unpack here. So many different elements of this game, space themed and earth themed. It looks like it's a ton of fun and something brand new to the shooter scene as well. It's one that I think you guys should try just because it's something that we haven't seen before. Valorant is probably one of the most popular shooters on the market right now. It's a class-based shooter where you have different abilities. I mean, really, if you don't know Valorant, you're probably not really into shooters itself. Well, now Valorant is coming to mobile as well. We're starting to see lots of games that are seeing a ton of success on console and on PC making their way over to the mobile platform to further extend their reach into the gamer world. I absolutely love this, and Valorant Mobile is one that is guaranteed going to do well. Being one of the most popular shooters on other platforms, it really lends itself well to being a top game on mobile. Also, not to mention, it has that Counter-Strike feel. The way that you play and the way that you aim down sights is a lot like you're gonna see in the highly competitive Counter-Strike title that we know from Steam. I can see this one going into esports on mobile, actually, as well as many of the other games that we're gonna see on today's list. This one's a lot of fun because it merges magic with the shooter element from all the shooters on today's list, and it just makes it different than all of the others. Plus, it's Valorant. It's already got the name. People are gonna play it. The Division Mobile. This is one of the shooters that on console and PC got a lot less love than I initially anticipated. The game is incredible, but it doesn't get the credit. But now this game is coming to mobile, and it has another opportunity to gain its strength and to really become a more popular game. A new audience of people that are going to be able to play The Division now on their phones. This one is extremely good on console. The graphics here were incredible. I'm anticipating that we're going to have a very good transfer of that look onto mobile devices as well, being that devices can now handle the load. The Division Resurgence is something that you need to check out. It's going to be great on mobile as it was on PC, and I hope it gets a little bit more love than it did on console and on PC. If you love mobile shooters, or if you love mobile gaming altogether, even free to play games on Steam, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. WARFRAME Mobile is probably one of my most anticipated from today's list. WARFRAME is an incredibly fun game, an amazing game that has been on Steam for years. I love the development team, I love what the game does, and I love the different Warframes that you can unlock as the game goes on. Warframes are essentially your characters that you play inside of the game. As you can see already, the game has an amazing look. It's very clean and looks really, really nice. But we want to see some of the battles, some of the mechanics, and how fast this game actually is, because I really think that's one of the highlights. As you're about to see, you can have a lot of speed and different movement mechanics inside of Warframe, which makes it really fun, and it's not difficult to do. So while you play the game, you'll be moving around the map, doing different slides, jumps, leaps, and acrobatic movements that are really easy to perform, but they make you look like you're a pro player. On top of that, the progression system inside of the game is incredible, a lot of fun, and you're always feeling like you're getting better, you're getting stronger, and you have something to play towards while you're playing Warframe. This one has got to be one of my most anticipated games of 2023, and one that you may even see me playing a bit over on my other YouTube channel called Echo Gaming Diablo. Keep an eye out for that. And of course, Warzone Mobile has to be on the list today as well. This is probably the community's most anticipated game of 2023. Everyone loves Call of Duty. It's been like that forever, and it's gonna be like that for a long time. Now, Warzone coming to mobile is going to be probably the next biggest thing. The question that everyone has is, what's gonna happen to Call of Duty Mobile? Will Warzone Mobile kill it? That's going to be for a later video, but in a nutshell, no, I think Call of Duty Mobile is going to be just fine for quite a few years. But Warzone Mobile is going to be out in just a few months, and it's one that literally everyone that's into shooters, specifically Battle Royale shooters, is going to have to try. I'm anticipating a lot of people are going to enjoy this game, download this game, and continue playing this game as it reaches the competitive scene on mobile as well. Project Stars. This game is one that is probably the most unique out of all the games on today's list. The environments inside of this game and the beauty that we see inside of this game is just on point, and that's because it's being built on the Unreal 4 engine. This game is definitely has shooter elements to it, but it's not your typical shooter like you would have when you play something like Call of Duty, of course. This is more of an environmental experience. So if you're here just for straight up shooters where you're just going to be shooting enemies, this may not be one that you want to play. But if you're looking for something that is an experience like none other that you've had before and has a bunch of different elements inside of the game, including some shooting elements as well, this may be one you want to try. I know that this is something that I'm going to try because this is something that's so new to the mobile space. I hope that you guys try it alongside with me, and maybe you'll find something that you enjoy. Arena Breakout is up next, and this is a game that really focuses on your weapons, your precision, and the upgrades as you go through the game. Now, I can see this one having a little bit of a difficult time with some of the competitors that it has to go up against on mobile, but it does seem to have some elements to it that are different and make it stand out from some of the other games that we've seen. Just because there's competition doesn't mean we don't have a great game incoming, and I do think that this one is going to stand out and be a really nice one in 2023. The best way to find out is to download it when it comes out and give it a shot. I personally will be, because it does have something that some of the other games, Battlefields, Valorant, Call of Duty Mobile, do not have, and maybe it has something special that you'll fall in love with. Rainbow Six has been popular since it's been out on consoles forever ago. The game's been out for a long time. Well, now it's coming to mobile, and I anticipate the popularity, the strategic gameplay that you have with Rainbow Six to come and move right on over to mobile and to be adopted by the community just as well as it was over on consoles. Now, I have to say, this was highly competitive in the esports scene, and I anticipate the same thing happens here on mobile as well. Rainbow Six is a really fun game that takes some good cooperation and teamwork and is strategy based. You have to have patience to play this one. It's not just run on in and make your shots like Call of Duty. With that being said, you have to have a slower style of gameplay, one that's a little bit more methodical, and it's one that you may enjoy. And Shadowgun Legends is up next, and this is the oldest game. This is the only game that you could play right now. This one's been out for quite a few years, but it's one that I wanted to highlight because it is still one of my favorite shooters on mobile devices. This one right here is PvE. It also has PvP elements in it as well. It's a ton of fun, tons of upgrade progression, and a huge community of players that are still playing it to this day. If you haven't already played Shadowgun Legends, you can download this one while you're waiting for some of the other titles that we talked about earlier in this video to drop, because this one is a ton of fun. So these are the games that are upcoming. What games have you been playing on your phones now? Right now, what are you playing? What shooters or what other games in general? Let me know down in the comment section below, because I always like to take a look at those and look at them for future videos.